So, guys, this was obviously the biggest crowd that you guys have played in all year. What was the environment like when, they come to town? Obviously, you guys didn't really know what this really meant, but what was the environment like?
It was great. It was what we kind of expected. We know how much this game meant to the state and WVU fans, and so they showed up, and they showed up like we expected them to. So we thank them for that.
Hunter, it didn't seem like it took you all long to pick up on that. The energy of the crowd, obviously the student section. Does that continue to fuel you even after the first few minutes of the game?
Yeah, I mean, the crowd, the energy is everything. I mean, they catapult us more than they know in terms of just our energy and effort. I mean, at the end of the day, we want to win this game and games moving forward for each other, obviously, in the locker room. But, however, we understand we want to win it for the people who took their time out to come support and show love to us. And we owe that to them, especially in this rivalry. You see how loud it gets and infectious it is. So we definitely appreciate it. And, of course, it kept our momentum going when we got up big, for sure.
You guys talked about defense a lot. Is tonight the kind of effort you guys need moving forward?
1,000%. I mean, held him under 50. That's a big thing he always harps on. I think we did a great job on the boards. Big fella here. I mean, I have 5. Did a good job on the boards. Got to the free throw line more. So just the effort and the defensive intensity that we played with tonight, of course, we're going to have to keep that going. And if we keep that going, I think we can halt a lot of teams of what they want to do.
Harlan, you loaded the box score tonight. How does a game like this improve your confidence moving forward?
I think, just keep doing the things I've been doing and keep stacking days. These guys have continued with their confidence in me, you know what I'm saying? Nothing changed tonight, like it wasn't an anomaly. Like they just kept telling me the same thing. So I think just heading into this next week, just continue to do the same things and keep stacking days.
Harlan, what worked so well down low? I think you were 8 for 8 at one point.
Yeah, I think just being physical and not looking for a foul, just looking to score it was the biggest thing, and then doing my work early. So I think those are the 2 biggest things.
He's being humble. He's being very humble right now. They are a good team and they have good players. But before the game, he said that he was licking his chops and he was going to eat tonight. So that was not surprising.
Harlan, was there something about the scout that made you ready to have a big night like this? Did you expect to have these many opportunities? Or?
Yeah. The front of their jersey said Pitt on it. Whenever I see that, it's really just red. And, yeah.
Harlan, how big was staying out of foul trouble tonight? I don't think you got your first foul until maybe there were 10 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I think that was one of the bigger things that the coaches have been on me about after the first couple games is, they need me to be on the floor. And I can't be on the floor if I'm in foul trouble. So I think just continue to execute that game plan was big for me tonight.
For all 3 of you guys, just talk about DJ Thomas, seeing a young guy like that coming off the bench, putting up the minutes that he did along with the scoring production. What does he give you guys coming off the bench?
Stud. Absolute stud.
I mean, he got singled out just now, and when we got together at the end of the game, just his promise and his future is beyond the roof. But it's just his confidence at a young age coming in and being able to be thrown in the fire and execute. I think that's the biggest thing, just his mindset and, like I said, his ability to execute when we need him to and not be flustered, especially with an environment like this. So to be able to come in and do what he did in this environment, man, hats off to him. I mean, he played his tail off.
It started a little bit at the end of the. For all 3 of you guys, I mean, obviously, they got the 3 techs in the second half, so there's obviously some pressure. Could you guys, as your role started, the lead started going up, could you sense other frustration coming out of them at all, other than just the techs?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're in a rivalry game and it gets to be getting out of hand like that, they're going to try and do anything they can to try and get back in the game. So, they're going to try and bait you into you getting a dumb tech or you getting a double tech with them, so it kind of messes up the flow of the game. And I think Jasper did a great job. We kept huddling, and he just kept telling us, stay level-headed, They're going to try and bait you. They're going to try and say whatever, try and get you guys to say something back. And I think he did a great job of just keeping us level-headed out there.
It started at the end of the first half, but what allowed you guys to really pull away and really start dominating in the second half? Something you saw, just hitting shots, what kind of allowed that second half to occur that way?
I would say especially going into the first half, at the end of the first half and then the start of the second half, we locked in defensively. And I think it was a point they didn't score for like the first 4 or 5 minutes in the second half. So we really just honed in on our defensive schemes and our assignments, and then we executed it. And I think that's the name of the game.
Around that same time, Honor hit the 3 to beat the buzzer, and you went on to a 32-4 run. That
30?
obviously energized you guys.
32-4?
Yeah.
Ooh, me mama.
Talk about what it did for you guys when you saw that ball go in at the buzzer.
I mean, for me, shooting the ball, nothing, because still shot terrible. But for the morale of our team, I think it ramped up our aggressiveness. Obviously, don't want to be too belligerent, especially in a game like that. But just being able to ramp it up and, like I said, get the fans in. You hit a big shot like that, the fans get into it, and then you want to get a stop, especially when you make a shot like that. So, okay, now let's get a stop, especially coming from me, the one who made it. So I just think just ramping up our defensive intensity, I think that just translates to our offense and everything within the game.
Harlan, a lot's been made of your off-season conditioning, getting in shape, but how much of that also involved working in the post, working on your moves? You just seem really patient and under control.
Yeah, I've had a good offseason with Coach Shaw as well, working down low, and he's worked with me really well. Just adding different moves to my bag, so I'm not predictable. And tonight I felt like I kept him on his toes, just kept mixing it up on him. And so I think a big credit of that goes to Coach Shaw and what he's done with the work with me in the summertime and leading up to this point.
Jasper, you obviously go back with Coach Hodge. At the end of the game tonight, after the handshakes, he kind of turns around to the crowd, kind of lets out the emotion. I mean, this is his first go around in something like this. He tries to kind of play it down a little bit, but I mean, you know him. I mean, this game probably meant a lot to him as far as just, putting his foot in the sand and, letting people know who he is and that kind of thing.
I mean, he's going to be humble about it, as always, but I think he's really starting to put the nation on notice and this conference on notice. I think everybody knows he's a really good coach and he's going to be a really great coach. And, he just tries to go out there and he tells us all the time, like, most of us made our living and our career off of doing things that people didn't really think that we would be able to do, or beating people that people didn't think that we would be able to beat, and that's what he's made his career off of, for real. And that's just a testament to his work, his faith in Jesus Christ. And I love him. I love Coach Hodge, and the main reason why I'm here right now is because of him.
Is he any different at all tonight than he's been in the other 80 games you've been with him?
Same guy. Very competitive, wants to win all the time, but at the same time knows what we need to do in order to win. There's a way to win every game, and he usually has the right game plan to do that.
Honor, in regards to being one of the leaders on this team, trying to now put this game in your all's back pocket and kind of use that as momentum moving forward, how important is that as you continue on throughout non-conference play?
I mean, that's what was just said in the locker room just now. I mean, we got to use this as momentum, and like we said in the locker room, now it makes Monday's game even bigger. I mean, it doesn't seem like it just because of the parameters of this game and playing Pitt, but it just now is going to be a target on our back moving forward, 4-0. So, you don't want to stop winning. You want to keep winning. So every game is just as important as this one, obviously within the concept of the team. But every game is important, and we want to go out and play harder than we did now and prove more people wrong. So.
Yeah, going into this game, it was obviously it's a rivalry game, but they were even ahead of you in some metrics, things like that. Were those things you guys paid attention to? Did you want this as a statement game to, as you said, prove people wrong beyond the rivalry?
Every game is a statement game.
True. And I mean, a big thing we preface with the rebounding. They were plus 31 on the board or something like that?
13.
Plus 13. I was wild. They're plus 13 on the boards with the games they played. So just to be able to out-rebound them, get to the free throw line more, which they do a lot. So, I mean, we executed our game plans to perfection, honestly.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate y'all.